Hey, so I know the audio, quality is going to be quite low for this one, but I'm going to teach you how to program the Unication G series pagers, specifically G4, because that's what I have right now. When you download it off of Unication's website, it's going to pop up as this, admin, the password's going to be admin, all lowercase. And then once that happens, I don't care. Once that happens, it'll pop up soon. My computer's just really slow. There you go. I know the top part is going to be cut off, but I'll try my best to do what I can about it. So if you hook up your pager, there's a little side where on the side where you charge it. Just plug it into your computer. I've done this before, so it won't ask, but it will ask if you want to set up the drivers. Yes. And then once it pops up, ignore that, it'll come up as connected 1, details about it, blah blah blah. You don't need to know my serial number. So we're gonna go to create, which is C tab, C3. Gonna see the pager, read device. Yes, read from device. I promise I'll get a better computer so I can re-upload this. Ignore that part won't pop up. So I can do better videos. You can put your own name here. It doesn't really matter what you put in here, it won't show up on the pager. Frequency and system settings. So up here is conventional. Here's trunking. This is where you're going to put everything. So this is all 7 of these systems that I have on here. I have Bucks County, Philadelphia, Montgomery County, Ocean County, New Jersey, Monmouth County, New Jersey ICS, which is New Jersey State Police, well, mostly, and then the PA StarNet system. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to put in your basic info. So let's say I want to make a new system. You put it as, let's say Six Flags has a system, just out of random, okay? You're gonna put in your wagon ID on radio reference. Let me pop that up here. The tab should have been here, my apologies. Go to radio reference real quick. Go to database. As it loads, I'll just put it in database. With the money I'm getting, I am gonna get a new go to Jersey or PA, fine, whatever, and you go to your county. Let's try York County, fine. York County yes, York County does have a Project 25. Go to here. Let's do that. This is a hair system, so don't mind that. So when I say your wagon ID, I mean this right here. 45 triple D, which you can just copy and paste. So paste. There you go. Why didn't? Okay, there you go. and your system ID, which will pop up right here as 037. Now you have the main part, you have the basic setup. So your sites, you can add as many as you like. Your county has 4 of them. So let's say I just want to monitor North and South simulcast. For your site, you're going to put 010. And for the South simulcast, 020. Up in hex, my bad. So hex is A, and then 20 is 14. A, and then you can put, as you can see, north and south. So north, south, and you can save this. I'm putting as your work. Yeah, just putting work. So once you do that, your control channels will be here. So each has about 5 or 6, or sometimes even more, control channels. So for the North simulcast, it'll be all 5. Because this is a Harris system, it can use any frequency as a control channel. So that's why these are all marked as such. Most systems will not have this. It will have blue, which is alternative. But in this case, you just, because of how this is set up, you can put, North A1, North C1, North Control 1. So C5, okay. And then once you do that, you just copy and paste all the frequencies here. Like that. Or you could just type them in manually if you really want to. I save that for now. And once you have all those control channels in, for north, and then you put in south, and obviously, okay, I can't spell. So just put in all your control channels, even alternative channels, the blue marks, marked ones. Protocol. Parameters, that just means what type of protocol this is. So just put in trunking, and you could put in as protocol 1, or you could put in as P25. Because this is the thing that will actually pop up on your when you're selecting your zones and such. You can also choose a new one to where it could be a 2-tone, 5-tone, MDC 1200, DVOA, P25 conventional, P25 trunking, all that. This is actually new. You can add in a encryption key. Now, legally, you cannot listen to encrypted channels, and if you have the encryption key, then and you are a authorized user and you have permission to do so, you can. This is for departments that want their firefighters to listen to channels that most can't because they're encrypted. Or let's say police officers on page and they can alert them through the pager, through their radio ID, etc. That's basically what they do for encryption. Group IDs. Group IDs is where you're going to be setting up your talk groups. So as you can see from mine, this is actually a very long list. There's about 50 in total. 67 in total, okay. Don't know why it says 50 then, but nonetheless, you just go down to here, and you're going to be putting in your talk group number actually down here. So when you go click to new, you can pick PD City 1, which their decimal is 51001. So PD City 1, and you set the tone, alert tone, to none, but you leave the alert mode to tone. You can choose if you want voice storage on air or not, so it records all the calls through that talk group. And then you go to here, you choose decimal or hex. So 51001. And even when you do put in the decimal, it actually gives you the hex talk group number. Real quick before I forget, the background color, you can choose if you want it to be blue, so all your, why did you choose green? You could choose blue, so all your police channels will have a blue background, so you know, hey, that is a police channel. So let's say you're just looking at it at a glance and you see the blue pop up. That's police. For fire, you could put red. Generally, I don't really mess with that except for my paging tones on here. P25 sub group, which is the two-tone over P25, so it'll alert over a talk group. You can choose that here through a range. So you can choose, let's say your tones are 4, 5, 3.2, and 546.7. Put that in. Digital address. I'm not actually completely sure about this one, if I'm being honest. So let's see what it actually says on the thing. Which I communicate with. Okay. Alright, that's not really bothersome of us. So once you do this, once you set up all your talk groups, go to zone and channel settings, tab 6. And I already have mine. I've seen a whole bunch of settings, but what I can do is go to here, let's say add a new zone just for that. You can put that as York. That's the zone name. So put in as York. And over here you double click on knob position 1. And you go to trunking talk group scan. Now monitor. Monitor will monitor the whole system. Scan is only I'm messing up already. What is with this? Okay. Trunking talk group scan. Now this is the voice announcement. This is a standard. So you just put that in if you don't want to hear any voices other than the ones in your head. So the alias we'll put as York PD. The system is going to be York. Protocol is P2.5 trunking. Binding feature, this is only if you want to do two-tone. We do not, so you put none. Push to listen, no. Voice storage is an ID match if you choose to do voice storage, so if you decide to do that. Now, if you want to know if your channel has recently become encrypted, or you want to know if something you're scanning is encrypted, you can click on this, and that will be able to allow you to hear all of your encrypted channels. Obviously, it's still going to be a garbled mess, but you can still tell if it is, in fact, encrypted. So, you can choose from your list. Priority talk group means it will have priority over everything else you're scanning. So, if I put in dispatch as my primary, as my priority, and I put PD City 1, then if Unit 12 is talking, it'll listen to it, but at the same time we'll listen to dispatch to see if there's any traffic. So if Unit 12 is talking, but someone on dispatch keys up, it will switch over to dispatch, and you will not be able to hear anything from Unit 12 on PD City 1 channel. Alternatively, you can make them all non-priority, so it just scans everything how a normal scanner would. And there is a new setting. I do like this feature on, I believe, well, first let's save this. On device function settings, you can choose, there's actually a talk group ID hold. So you can actually hold the talk group that you're scanning now. So that is actually an option. So it acts more of a scanner actually now with the new release update. You can also choose if you want to change the date format, or or just really everything in here. So if I want to change alert modes on my pager, I can now do that. So it's a really neat feature, and I really like this. So you can do so much with this. You can have voice memos, alarms, diagnostics. You can actually choose to take this off, so you don't have voice memos. I just leave it as is. It's not really bothered me. Pager configuration settings is the out of range timer. So after about 20 seconds of not getting any signal from any tower that you programmed into your pager, it will alert saying out of range. And then after 5 seconds of getting a signal from the towers or tower, then it will alert saying in range. And then here you can also mess with your two-tone settings, fixed duration. You want to, have your pager alert for 2 seconds, or you can do it by tone. So I prefer by tone, just because when you go to have your pager alert, if it goes over what dispatch said, you won't be able to hear that initial call. Now, our dispatch repeats. So, for example, tactical box 9830. You might not hear that, or tactical box 3025, whatever it may be. You may not hear that first part. You may not hear the address even, depending on how short or long your tone duration is. So I just choose to do it by tone. Now, on top here, home screen, you can choose to have it customized, just like I have here. So customize, create, edit. Choose to have it as all title, or you could have logo plus a title, so you can go into your computer, look up a little logo, it'll be right here. Or you can have all image, where it's just the image itself. Or you can actually have it on this side here with the logo. Either way, you can choose how to have it set up. So, let's say, and you can actually preview it before you say, okay, I want this to be that, or I want it to say station 58129 or 58123, and it'll pop up as that. And then once you do that, you can press program here. Tell you, is this thing you want to program? Yes. It's actually taking a while because I have so many channels and zones added into the pager. Program successfully. So now your pager, I'll show you right here, will actually reboot. And it actually does take a little while. So it's definitely gonna take more time than than normal. But once it does load up, it'll pop up with all your zones and channels that you have programmed. It's actually almost done here, so I'll show you. So you can see it's scanning for the system. Right now we're on the Bucks County site, so we should be getting a signal soon. Okay, I should disconnect that. I forgot that happens. So, when you go to redo your programming, unplug your pager. Because if you don't, this will happen, and it'll keep saying PC connected even after you've programmed. So, make sure you do that, unlike me, because I'm so smart. Wait for it to boot up once again. This is actually originally set up for a fire police friend I know. Here, let it sit on this channel so it can scan. So it's right now it's looking for the system. There we go. So right now this is actually scanning all those channels that I just showed you. So it's scanning for dispatch, East Band, East Ops, Fire Police South, EMS South. It used to scan for police, but my county has encrypted their police channels. We have Bucks County, Philadelphia, New Jersey scan. This is actually New Jersey State Police here. I don't know if we'll hear any traffic, but usually they're pretty busy. This is only for Troop C, Charlie. So this is specific for the area that's actually closest to me. But as you can see, all the info here. 5Com, Trenton Bridge units. It'll tell you the system alias, system ID, site name Burlington, the receive frequency 770.94375. You can also go here. Oh, damn. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that for a second. My bad. But yeah, as you can see, it does pick up on traffic. I just don't have patience, apparently. So, but it also has a Ocean County Dispatch, Monmouth County Fire, Ocean County Fire EMS, but yeah, that's the basics on how you program it. I'll get a way better video once I get my computer next week, I believe. So stay tuned for that.